Okay.
Khan's going to be subbed out, and Rascal going to be making his debut this season. All right.
Oh, you Rascal, you. Coming in the second round robin, of course, was removed from the roster in spring season was Rascal after the off-the-field issues came to light. Aiming remained, Rascal went out. Rascal's back now, and he's going to be playing in this game. Be interested to see him. Only ever played 9 games for the side of different style of pick from KT. They've played Camille jungle, but it hasn't been so convincing, and they're just going to first round the Azir. What is going on in the meta? We had the blind pick Orianas. We're already back to blind pick Azir Town. It is a weird and wonderful world.
Picking that into BDD is rough, though, because what does Azir hate? He hates a lot of the assassins that can be tricky around his Emperor's Divide. BDD certainly has been a player to play all of those sorts of things.
Is it time for Tahm Kench Ezreal? That could be considered by Kingzone. The Varus for a stronger laning phase is available. The Swain as a champion is available, but Kingzone, while they had a victory in game number 1 on it, don't have to return to it every game, and I'd love to see Prey versus Deft on a marksman battle, and they go for the strongest possible laning phase in the Varus Tahm Kench.
Yeah, and I thought that Ashe could have been another option, but going back to the tried and true Prey champions in the bow and arrow users, it's going to be archery on the bottom side of the map for King of Dinosaur for a little while.
Will KT return to something different here because the Gnar is taken away in the bans? Uh-oh, I see Smeb rubbing his fingers together. He seems to have an idea gestating in his mind. Does look at the sort of enemy team that a Kennen will be strong against, but the Ornn also will find targets whatever happens. Xerath and Varus, whatever the Varus build, open up from range. And while it may not be something like the Kennen for a teleport flank, from safety Ornn can say no. No positioning for you, you're going to have to reposition.
Yeah, exactly. And thinking about the long-range, pretty reliable engage that the Ornn does give you, we haven't seen it paired with an Azir because the metas haven't been in similar positions. Emperor's Divide is going to offer so much if he can close that gap, and closing the gap is exactly what they need to do against the long range of Kingzone's AD carry and mid lane.
Cho'Gath, a good matchup into Ornn. So for laning phase, it's not necessarily a fantastic choice, but it's Ornn. It's all about getting through, and also Atlas. That's, remember, another nice synergy. Whole lot of hard CC for your boy Deft to follow up.
Going to be an island. Smeb and Rascal just going to be eating minions alongside one another.
Copying item builds.
Yeah, Abyssal Mask is going to come in for both of them. Very, very standard stuff as Peanut. He's just going to get Emperor's Divided back. A lot of damage available here from KT. Arcana Pulse comes in, but the taunt's too good from Mata as he turns up with the ultimate, and that's sliced by the soldiers of UCAL for first blood.
Peanut too late on the flash. Had to use it. Already took the Drake. You know they have a winning bot side. Put down the wards I was mentioning earlier. And guess what? BDD can gank by just ulting the damn Kai'Sa away from the turret. Get the first blood turret and stop Kai'Sa farming. It's a 50% HP turret. It needs to go down soon.
Well, Gorilla might go down first, as Peanut is actually here to help him out. Prey's going to turn up, but Mata turns up as well. Pushed over the wall is everybody else, but UCAL, very, very low, wants to take down Prey first, is going to get it, but the Azir dies at the same time. It's 1-for-1 as the Ornhorn comes in. They're looking for Rascal on the back end. It's only one target, but now Smeb trying to zone away the rest. There's the hyperdrive coming in from Deft to look for even more, but Gorilla does have the Devour, and Kingzone going to walk away with a 1-for-1.
Mana misses on his taunt flash as well. The Dow would have got it. Oh boy.
That stun ain't a great one as the Arcana Pulse comes in. How's your footwork, Deft? Oh, the pillar's good, but the flash was there, and Deft will survive.
Very, very slippery, as we knew from game number 1. The flash required because of that slow. Deft coming. End this laning phase. We're calling for Kingzone. We're seeing it now.
Hey, that Rite of the Arcane you were looking for also going to come down. Good taunt coming from Mata, but he's dead. The Prey is going to pick up the kill and the turret, and Kingzone Dragon X. This is the snowball that they had available to them, and they'll find it. 400 gold now the lead in a game that they were losing earlier on.
Really like Kingzone finally making the play we alluded to a couple of times. They had the control wards to do it. In fact, control with 2 teams. More CS versus more turrets as here comes the collapse.
Yeah, Abyssal Voyage going to come down. Score going to use everything to try and get out of the way, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Does have himself the shield from the Stand United as he wants to get in there, do some damage before he inevitably falls, but Devour keeps Prey alive. The Ignite not going to be enough. He is very, very low. Not sure whether KT can actually get the work done here in order to stop this, as the Ornhorn is going to come out. They're going to try. Good stun is going to stop Smeb from throwing the Orn back in there. And Death
alone.
Now all alone in a very troubling spot. The Emperor's Divide dodged by Prey, but the AD carries are traded in the end. Hang on, wait a second. KT has still got one. Sand Soldier's doing work in the front line, but the shifting sands, is it going to be enough? I don't think so, as Kingzone are going to win the fight. Rascal slowed, but Smeb is just the last man standing, and he's not going to be able to do enough.
The interruption on the Ornhorn second half was so important. The Trundle Pillar stopped him from being able to cast it as Deft went into the back line. They didn't have the same disarray they expected. That's why Smeb, all he can do is employ Yakety Sax and die slowly.
Well, he's going to teleport and put that on cooldown for no reason, not get executed and get killed by Tomcat. Actually do about it. Does Score have the ability to get the Hero Smite? This isn't the same level as Secure that we saw last time around, although they do have the Feast, just no Rend. Oh god, they've got vision available. They can see it. Score wants to get through, doesn't get it. Doesn't even offer his Smite. Knows that it's a little bit too much to risk to go for the 50-50 that's more like a 70-30.
Let's watch the replay to understand how this all happened. So Prey is low, trying to lifesteal back up. The Ornn ultimate comes in, but notice the interruption from Peanut means that there is no Ornn ult in the backline. It's Deft all alone. He has Stasis, he has Flash. That doesn't actually matter really in this scenario. So they trade the Marksman. Yukal is a prototype of a Marksman, still does a lot of consistent damage, but he's all alone. KT going in different directions.
We've criticized Kingzone of in days past. It wasn't 2 days ago that we were asking what the heck's happening to the draft, what the heck's happening to the communication. In this game, Kingzone look like a unit. They look like they have a plan, and they're executing beautifully with finesse and poise.
Well, KT going to try to win the game here.
Yep, there's another one. Oh my god, Deft just going to frontline as best he can. Mata flashes forward, but I don't think that's enough for the CC that they were looking for. The Cho'Gath going to get rid of the Shen, and KT are on the road.
He's dead.
Oh, the piercing arrow is going to take down Deft, and I feel that's the end of the game. Both of the marksmen are dead as the Graves is going to fall. Yukal, that's going to be the rupture that's going to end KT. 2 games or 3 games, 2018 is the year of Kingzone.
Kingzone take down KT Rolster again. They're going to go up and finish the game now. Smeb went for the flank, his trademark flank, but unfortunately they couldn't find any kills. Kingzone too robust in their gameplay. The Tahm Kench there to disengage. Smeb going to try and buy time. It's once again the lore battle. It seems like the 3 Rocks Tigers beats the 1.
Yeah, the Ornn unfortunately just going to get eaten and taken down. Wonder whether Gorilla's going to get stronger now that he's consumed his older brother on the top side of the map. Mata going to run in, just going to press all of his buttons because there's nothing he can do. Nexus to go down, and Kingzone Dragon X reigns supreme over KT over 3 games.
And it's such an important win for Kingzone because when it came to wins after Rift Rivals, only that victory over MVP was what they had to show, taking down KT, stopping KT from sweeping through all of the teams in playoffs. Does mean that the old adage of Kingzone beating KT in 2018 does stay true for now. But we're still learning new things. KT do pick up a game victory and give us our first 3-game series between Kingzone and KT in 2 years. If the playoffs playing each other this week play the field in the last couple of weeks of the season, and it's going to be interesting to see where the mentality is at there, because usually when it's come to Kingzone against bottom teams or KT against bottom teams, Kingzone has been the more reliable performer. When the oven is a little bit less hot, when they are expected to win, they've done it there.
They have. That being said, they were the team that lost to Jinan earlier on, so maybe the shoe's on the other foot this time around, but certainly the damage available here from BDD to Xerath was a genius pick. That's 2 Xerath wins in a row for BDD against Yukal. As well, second time the Xerath comes out. Once again, it's the Kryptonite to the man in the mid lane for KT. This time on the Xerath, last time on the Syndra. The result remains the same.
And 3 bans towards Score and a first pick Trundle. Game 1, Game 3, the result remained the same. Went creative both times, the Kha'Zix into the Graves, neither of them staples of this 8-13 meta, and neither of them were of a big enough hit